We're listening to a little track here of, I think, the year 2003, or something like that. I don't know actually, I'll re-look at it. Doesn't say. That's in Glasgow, the oldest bar in Glasgow. It's from the 1750s, I think. It's Charlie Nogie on drums and the great Al Brown. Check Al Brown out in Glasgow. I used to play blues with these guys for 10 years solid. And it's really, really fun. Please type 1 if this is working. Hello, Wanda. The head's kind of all over the place because I did a little theme today. We're going to celebrate the life of Stevie Ray Vaughan and blues and B.B. King and all that good music, blues music. That's where I really learned everything. My dad was a blues guitar player. He was in a band called The Mergers from Perth, Scotland in the 60s. And he never told me till after he passed away. I don't have the photos at hand. I wish I did. He played all around the UK, and touring and stuff, and he opened up for the Kinks. They won a prize money. Thank you very much, Wanda. I hopefully the chat. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Wanda. So there you go. That was Al Brown at the Scotia Bar in 2009, so a little bit later. I just made a playlist. I thought, I wonder if I have a blues video, and then it turns out I have about 10 of them. So I just made a little playlist before the show. My whole body's freaking out. So my name is Jack. This is A Bass Guy Show. This is episode 1621. If you like the show, and we're going to look at some of those videos later. If you like the show and you'd like to help, it's never, there's skinny bass guy in the middle. That's when I weighed like 12 pounds. It's never expected or anything, but if you'd like to help, you can go visit bassguyshow.com, and there's a tip button there and a whole bunch of other stuff and all my music videos, 35 years worth of stuff. It's completely free. We're going to listen to some music from the Glasgow Blues Festival that I played at. And the last thing I ever played in Scotland was in Perth. I jammed with Tim Eadie, who was voted best guitarist twice of the year or something like that in the UK. And then with these guys, Al Brown and that, we went in a studio and recorded after midnight. Frankie, you were setting up. Yes, and of course, we're going to have the one and only Frankie McDonald, who's a viral YouTube worldwide phenomena, one of the most famous people in the world, and he's on our show all the time. We're best buds. So I went over and met him with Gajen. And we're going to play blues music tonight. Now tuck in with your toasted soldiers and enjoy. Enjoy the egg. Now have made... And anything could happen. My mixing desk, basically, let me explain everything really, really quickly for any new people watching. I have a big mixing desk here. Yeah, baby. And there's 24 channels, and each channel has 10 minutes of sound effects. So if I want thunder, or maybe we want the Wild West, there ain't enough room in the town for the two of us. One of us is gonna have to leave, and it ain't gonna be me. So we got all that. So we're thinking summer, we're thinking storms, we're thinking tornadoes. Tornadoes are going crazy. Let me know where you are in the world right now and what's going on. And I have a whole bunch of floor pedals on the ground where I can do the sound effects and a looping pedal. So a disclaimer here. I'm glad Jeev is here because this is Jeev. You're going to like tonight's show, I think. I got upset at the last couple of shows. Jeev, Sky the Universe, and maybe John are the only people to tip in about 2 months. So I took the money that they tipped the show and I went to university this week, and I woke up every day at 4 a.m. from Sunday right till now, and I can hardly see. I'm hallucinating. I've been up since 5 this morning. I learned 4 new songs. I'm not a guitar player. I'm learning to play guitar. So tonight I'm going to play 3 or 4 Stevie Ray Vaughan songs that I just learned off the cuff with my own backing tracks, like Jeev does. So this song is, I'll be back soon to have a wee chat and talk. Please let me know if there's anything wrong. If there's ever a problem, like the audio's not working, you can keep your eye on the audio there. It should always be in the yellow, not too low in the green, not too high in the red. And if there's something wrong, just type the number 2, and if I see lots of 2s, and that 2 means no. And if something's going good, whatever, just type 1. So I hope that explains it. You're voted best bass player of the year, 10 million internet points. Thank you, Jeeve. Is that true? Oh, come on, Jeeve. That can't be true. So I'm going to go on to automatic pilot. I'm always doing projections. We bought a new moon projector. And so before the show, I'll practice 10 hours a day, 7 days solid. But then there's 8 million pedals. I got the chickens to feed. So I'm doing 5 cameras, 100-foot pedals, about 3 or 4 mixing desks, pianos, and it's just like it's like a spaceship basically. And if one button goes wrong, the whole steam train can collapse. So this song's for anyone who's still suffering.
just told me you gave the lightest no gas to man.
So where are your inspirations for songs coming at the present time, and where are you turning to for your directions as a writer?
From my recent experiences, lately also funny. What I try to do is like look at the totality of that and give them the other half. You know, first of all you have the one half, and then the second half, the solution, or whatever it might be, which is the second. First of all, you have the experience and you have the use of it all, you know. And like, I was just trying to go through a lot of changes and I could write the nice parts about it, you know. But right now, it's taking a while. I have this one little saying, when things get too heavy, just call me helium, the lightest known gas to man.
love you so and so. You know I love you so and so. And even after all, the suffering, y'all, you know I love you so and so. And even after all, this is my manner, y'all. Mine to feel satisfied. No competition at all. I just feel satisfied. Them eyes are gorgeous, girl. No demise, uprise. I got to raise it again. Them eyes are gorgeous, I must advance. Don't look for no superficial. It's got to be beneficial, authentic. Got these sonic fruits, hyperblaze singing and rising. These sonic fruits. Got these sonic fruits moving, hyperblaze, stepping and moving. You know I love you so and so. And even after all, and you survive, soldier. 'Cause your soul is beautiful, and your soul is good. You know I love you so and so, and you survive, soldier. Library Rimshot. Library Rimshot. You know I love you so and so. So I hope you enjoyed that. I literally learned that this week. Both of those songs, I've heard of them, but I never tried them, and they're both kind of the same song. It's Lenny was the one I just played, and Lenny was a guitar that Stevie Ray Vaughan was given to by his former, former ex-wife and his bandmates. He went into a music shop and he saw an old 1950s Fender that he really loved, and it was $350. And this is Stevie Ray Vaughan when he had albums and stuff already. So if you think, I've made $20 in the last 2 months. So his friends got together with his wife and they all chipped in $50 and bought him the guitar, and he called the guitar Lenny, and that was the song you heard. And he wrote that, I think, while he was in the hospital recovering, quitting substance abuse for 30 years, And Lenny turned into Riviera Paradisa, which is just one of the most beautiful tunes. I know I don't have it perfect, and I don't care if people on YouTube are like, "Hey, that note's wrong," and I'm doing I'm learning guitar, so. So beautiful. And that's what music is. That's what it says on my YouTube page. It's I forget which philosopher, Schopenhauer, is that his name? He said that through music, we can reach our universal collective heights rather than our individual, wants and needs. We can reach life as a whole through music. Jimi Hendrix once said, if anything, I didn't understand it the first few decades. Hendrix said, only one thing can, quote, save the world, and that's music. Nothing else, music. Because it gets rid of all the lines and the imaginary borders and stuff, and people move and groove, and some. We don't always have to turn it into a 2.5 minute commercial. We don't always have to capitalize off music. We can just jam the note E. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only me. No, I'm just joking. Van Goat. Thirsty. I need some thirsty water. So let's, Van Goat, let's go back to Glasgow right now. I need to drink some water and get my shit together. My back hurts. I have spinal damage. I'm a lot of pain. Everything I do is free. If you'd like to help, you can go to bassguyshow.com and you can help out there. You never have to, but you can. And at bassguyshow.com, and all your streams will come true. Here is Bass Guy in 2009 with Al Nemo from King King and Alan Brown.
Well, I'm gonna swallow my pride.
This blues scene in Glasgow is unbelievable. I didn't even know that Angus Young came from Glasgow, and I lived in Glasgow for 10, 11 years. I had no idea. So Al, who you see at the beginning here, he plays with King King, who actually, he has been touring worldwide. And the other guy you see a lot, my friend Al, he is he literally is the Stevie Ray Vaughan of Glasgow. I miss these guys. Jeeve, I used to gig 3 or 4 nights a week for 10 years solid. And then I come back to suburbia and it's just houses and soccer and stuff. So miss it. I miss music.
Well, I'm gonna swallow my pride.
connected. We're gonna have Frankie MacDonald doing the weather, and Frankie's our friend and famous. But Frankie and I actually recorded one song together, and it's a blues song. Someone told me, gave me the idea, and said you should make a song about coronavirus blues. We have Jeev on the wall. I know you can read and you see it, but Jeev is saying that Stevie Ray Vaughan's last song was Pull Up, and that he was friends with. I was just watching the Albert King Stevie Ray Vaughan video. That's been, the whole thing is a lot of stuff on YouTube. I didn't know. You can go on YouTube and people have released videos from all over the world of Stevie Ray Vaughan playing with Double Trouble, because people used to take huge video recorders and sneak in with that. Imagine sneaking in with that in your pocket. You'd be happy to see someone, right? Yeah, baby. And Jeev is saying that Albert King and Stevie Ray Vaughan were great friends. It was his mentor, one of his mentors, and Jeev borrowed a guitar that belonged to Albert King, the Flying V. Amazing, Jeev. Shivers. You know what, Jeev? I was looking at my equipment today, and I was thinking, even if someone offered me, like, do you want to do this job and play like in a band and on stage? I'd be like, I got to take my amp. It's got to be working. All of my equipment's broken. I'm always fixing it. I'm learning how to solder and do all this stuff myself, and I'm becoming a luthier like Jeev. I'm going to become a police officer next, Jeev. And so I look at my amp today, and I'm like, I'd have to take my amp, all my equipment out of my studio, or own 2 sets of everything, you know, like 2 amps, 2 studios, whatever. Get my amp, put it in my car that I don't have, so I have to get taxi. That's going to be expensive, right? Take my $5,000 amp and guitar, all my pedals, take it all out, pack it all up. Everything has to be working order, including the car, and this is all just on you, the musician. Already, wow, I didn't see the time. And then I have to go drive 100 miles somewhere in my $500 car to make $50, and then the gig ends, and then ask for an encore, and then people hang around, or maybe there's a party. You get home at 7 a.m. and you say, I'll never ever do this again. That's ridiculous. And then you end up doing it. Sorry, the volume's a bit low. You end up doing it for 3, 4, 5 decades. And then, like me, I broke my back, and so I had to stop playing for 10 years. I'm just learning how to sit again. And there's no insurance, there's no dental plan, there's nothing. So you spend your whole life entertaining strangers for free, basically, and then you get $50 or $100. And then I thought, well, I'll go online and I'll start a show, and it worked well for a little while, but then sometimes 2 or 3 months go by, and like 1 tip from 1 person. And so I'm just so what I've been doing lately is I'm trying to shut up and not talk about it, Jeev and everybody. And I've been waking up every fucking morning. I only swear when I'm serious. I wake up every fucking morning at 4 a.m. every single fucking day, and I practice and I practice and I practice. I'm not even a guitar player. I learned all that this week. I know it's shitty and there's mistakes, but in a year it'll get better. So I'm just going to keep playing. I'm going to play harder and harder and dig in until I have no money, no friends, and I'm dead. So I hope you enjoyed that. So let's take a look back at when I was a musician and made that $50 an hour, but had the time of my life. So yeah, next time you see a band and they're playing for you and you're happy and you're fun, and it's your wedding or your bar mitzvah or a celebration or a birth or a party or a 50th anniversary like mine that I didn't get 1 single phone call or nothing, just think of those musicians that when they're done, they got $12 in their bank account, but you get to play Albert King's guitar. That's I was sitting down there because that's another thing. You're a bass player, right? All these guys get to sing and play guitar and solo. That's why I'm playing guitar now, because I want to have fun too, You're the bass player or the drummer. You make everyone else look good. For 30 years, so I'm in the back beside the dishwasher. And that's Violet Layton, very well-known singer in the UK. Gary Miller, we're going to listen to some of his music in a festival, if I can fit it all in. Yeah, baby. Anyways, I love you, Jeev. I love you, Sky. And I love you, Van Gogh. And hello to everyone else. And thank you, Wanda and Miami Christine and Jay Neubauer and all those cool people.
Till automatic
Are you enjoying the show so far, everyone? So,
Oh yeah!
there's Al Brown, man. God, I miss these guys so much. That's Al on the white guitar there. I did gigs with him. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I think I got hired just because I just got my license, but I was an idiot and I couldn't drive, and it was the wrong side of the street over in Scotland. And we did gigs all over Ireland and the UK, and there's like at some points people asked for autographs, and there was like lineups, and it was like a festival, and it was gig after gig, and we'd party, and Al, man, he could play. That guy, check out, Google Al Brown Glasgow guitar, Al Brown Glasgow guitar, and there's a few of my albums, like live recordings I have on my website. Holy cow, man. It's not the notes it's not how many notes or how fast you can play whatever. It's like Stevie, it's the feeling. I'm just pretending. That's what I wanted to say tonight. I'm playing the music and guitar because I just want to enjoy music. I want to pretend, wear a little hat and a shirt that says Texas from Lynn, and wear my dad's 1964 Telecaster bass for Jeeve, and I want to just have fun and enjoy the music. These guys taught me everything. I'm trying to always explain everything at once, and I can't. So don't forget to tip your waitress or the person that plays music for you over and over and over and over and over again. So just a pack of strings is $457 these days. So there's my little tool shop over there. You can see I had to make my own tool shop because I got flooded, and I think that's what we're going to do now. If we have time, we don't really have time. I'll try it. I want to do a song now about what's going on in the South, in Texas right now, with all the tornadoes and storms and climate change. My place got flooded and all my stuff got fucked up, and it was $7,000 of damage, and it took me a year to come back. My brother died, and my head's been fucking So I went through an angry stage where I'm calling out all predators and assholes and dicks and being authentic. But then I realized I gotta calm down and enjoy life too. So thank you, Monica and Jeeve. This song's for anybody suffering. Okay, I learned this song today, and I'm definitely gonna screw it up, but it's a blues, so come on. Please stand by. Your waitress will be with you soon. We have Frankie McDonald in 20 minutes. My alarm will go off, and then I'll invite him to a Zoom meeting. We might even have a surprise guest. flooding down in Texas, and all the telephone lines are down. It's flooding down in Texas, and all the telephone lines are down. Been trying to call my baby, Lord, I can't even get a sound. The dark clouds are rolling in. Man, I'm waiting in the rain. The dark clouds are rolling in, and I'm waiting in the rain. This floodwater keeps on coming. Lord, gonna make a poor man like me insane. Texas, baby, and all the telephone lines are down. It's flooding down in Texas, baby, and all the telephone trying to call my baby. I can't even hear a sound. Flooding don't stop, baby. This poor man's gonna go blind. Okay, so I learned that this morning. I just threw it in. My problem is I hear stuff and I want to learn everything, and then I learn it all shitty, and it takes me at like I forgot to press play on the video. Damn it! It's hard to. And the chat is gone. There's probably a whole bunch of things wrong. Hello to Bone Loads. I mean, hello to Larry, the producer. Hello to Bone Loads. Hello to Larry. And Sky of the Universe has got a new drone, so check his channel out. Amazing YouTuber in Montreal, very close friend. I miss you, Pat. You gotta come down soon, bud, or I'll come visit you. The fake audience just really wanted to clap. Trying to do blues. So it's trying to do the songs, learn new things, play in the dark, 8 million. It's beyond, like, it's not even possible, basically, but I just do it anyway. So now I'm going to stop. I'm even going to stop the automatic pilot and just relax a bit. What I'm going to do now is take a 5-minute break, and then we're going to have Frankie McDonald. This is a chance, like I remember Bob and Doug McKenzie when they were on Saturday Night Live in the I think it was 79. They're like, okay, everybody, this is like the part of the show where like you take a break. There's my alarm, and you can go to the fridge, and get yourself some beer and some Coke and chips, Take off. So if you like the show and you'd like to help, you can tip, or you can just take it for free. Today is May the 30th, 2025. We're almost upon June, and we're here, and when we're gone and we're dead. People are afraid of death, so they wear masks and put up white picket fences and pretend everything's fine. But really, it's ultimate chaos and entropy. So please like, comment, and subscribe and share. And don't forget to have your Bass Guy Show card. It lets you on to any vehicle or any venue in the world. And I want to thank my 4 or 5 Patreons, Loop Wizard and Bass Mom and Sky of the Universe and Sensible Sam, and you know who you are. Thank you very much for helping. And don't forget, a lie is profanity. A lie is the worst thing in the world, and art is the ability to tell the truth. Today's show is brought to you by Enlightenment Industries. Your enlightenment is our capital gain. So we're going to take that 5-minute break now. Let me know how I'm doing. I'm doing great so far. We have Frankie McDonald in the chat board as we speak. So we'll be back in 5 minutes. I'll leave you with a jam I had with Jimmy James. There's actually a blues bar across the bridge from me, and Richard, my friend who passed away, Velcro, we walked across the bridge in the dead of winter on a Tuesday night. There's a jam night. Jimmy James is the Jimi Hendrix of Montreal. He's very well known and respected, a great player. And I saw him as a little kid, and then I moved away, and I went and jammed with him. And this is what happened. This is me after my operations and spinal damage, so I was in a lot of pain. And but I kind of went for it too much. I went for it too much, but it was fun. So here's my one and only jam with Jimmy James. Really nice guy. Sat down and talked with him with Richard once, and he's very kind. That's all that really matters. A great player. It's a bit quiet, but I'm back when Frankie's here. It's very quiet. I apologize, but it's all I need to fix it one day. Anyways, you could watch that later. I apologize. I didn't know it was so quiet. So while we're
I
waiting,
wrote the song Coronavirus Blues.
we have Frankie MacDonald up next. Frankie, I'm going to call you at 10:50. So we'll watch this video. And at the end of this video, we're going to talk to Frankie MacDonald live. And you can ask him your questions. So please tell your friends. I don't have any social media. I've been off of it for 5 years other than my YouTube at all. So if you go on your Facebook and hashtag thumbnail, do a TikTok, Twitch on TikTok, and send it out that Frankie MacDonald is going to be live here in 5 minutes, right after this video that Frankie and I wrote. It's a blues song because today is Blues Day on a Bass Guy Show. Thank you for being
Bass Guy Show.
And thank you, everybody. Thank you for your support, Monica, Boneloads, Frankie, everybody for helping and for helping the show going. Thank you.
And I wrote the song Coronavirus Blues. It is by Bass Guy Show and Frankie MacDonald. Hear about that? Just imagine if they found a drug or treatment for COVID-19, it's like remdesivir. What happens? They found it, and if it works great, they have to have the drugstore. They have to.
What's so funny? We're having fun here today. Frankie's.
Yeah, you'll be
We're just gonna laugh today, everybody.
Military will be there. The sergeant will be there.
One of our viewers is saying that Frankie's laugh gives me life. The line will be so long, Frankie. It'll be 19.5 kilometers long to get the vaccine at your local drugstore.
The army will be there. Sergeant will be there. Get about. And have to have army at each drugstore. And I'm sending you a video about the drugstore and things like that. And I'm sending you a video now.
19-mile long line at the pharmacy because everybody will want the vaccine at the same time.
Yes, that means I sent you a video about the Marine Corps boot camp. But that means you're going to edit the video and post it onto your wall. The sergeant will be there. What about the helicopter?
Because the drill sergeant will have to, the military will put a helicopter, and because that's how the drill sergeant will get there. Because
the line will be so long to the drugstore to get a treatment, remdesivir drug or vaccine. The sergeant will be there. And did you hear about that? The sergeant will be screaming.
Coronavirus blues. Coronavirus blues. Coronavirus blues. Coronavirus blues. Everything was normal, but now that's all just news. A cure will come, we'll see, on the shelf of a pharmacy. But the line will be so long, 19 miles strong. Sergeant is mad, yells at you, get in line, it's the new helicopter on the roof, martial law, the truth, everything's fine, okay, it's just another day. Wash your hands and wait in line another decade and we'll be fine. Coronavirus blues. Coronavirus blues. Coronavirus blues. Coronavirus Hit it, Frankie.
Sarge will be really mad at the drugstore outside.
Ladies
Thanks, Frankie.
and gentlemen, all the way from Nova Scotia, the one, the only, live on a Bass Guy show, as seen at Live Aid in the 80s. Please stand by. We're about to talk to Frankie live. Can you just cut all the sound effects, Larry? Okay, transport us to the Wild West. Hey, Jeeve. Did you feed the chickens yet? So there's our virtual camera. I'm gonna... Oh, I gotta start it. Maybe that would help. I forgot to start the program. Okay. I can't see the chat from where I am, but we'll get there in a second. Give Frankie and I a second to... Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Frankie McDonald. How you doing today, Frankie?
I'm doing great so far. And then I was working at the Mayflower Mall earlier today in Sydney, Nova Scotia, Canada.
I saw your shirt looks really...
And so is Montreal, Quebec, Canada. That means, did you hear about this? There'll be car shows in Montreal soon.
The car show. Are we going to have the Rib Fest like you guys?
Yes, in July 2025. I got news for you. Monica's doing great so far. I'll say hi to Monica Boyle. And trees are blooming in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Leaves are growing on trees. Monica.
Oh, the wild heather's bloomin'. That's what Monica wants me to learn. I'll get there eventually. I'll learn that song for... So, Frankie, you know the Rib Fest. What's so funny? Hey, if you guys don't know who Frankie McDonald is, you're living under a rock.
Just imagine somebody turned to host in a nightclub. That means when a guy comes home and say, there's a bouncer at the door.
Hey, what about the helicopter on the roof? Who had the helicopter on the roof?
Military.
Yeah,
in a shop getting a vaccine back in 2020.
We're doing a blues theme tonight, so I played our blues song. Do you like blues music, Frankie?
Yeah. I did you hear about this? Just imagine somebody turned to host in a nightclub when a guy comes home and says, there's a bouncer at the door. Oh, no, there's a bouncer at the door. This guy, what the hell? This is my house. He goes, I'm sorry, your dad turned your house into a nightclub. And then the police come. Sir, they knock on the door. They go, sir, are you the owner of this house? Yes.
Is this a residential or a commercial area?
Residential area.
Okay, let me check my papers here. Okay, do you have a permit for this, sir?
No.
Put your hands behind your back. You're coming with me. You're going to jail. When a guy wakes up the next day and says, Mom, what happened? You say, son, your father cracked down in coronavirus. He couldn't stand the lockdown, so he took the family credit card. He turned our house into a nightclub. He got arrested, and he's in jail. Son, your father and I are getting a...
Divorce.
It's funnier the 400th time, man.
When a guy walks home, when a guy go visit his father, will say, "Time's up."
Time's up. The last Sunday of the month, he can visit his dad for 1 hour. Is there a blues song about throwing a guy in the garbage?
Did you hear this? It's just mentioned a man was flying a truck down the street. Yes.
Van Goat is here. Can you say hi to Van Goat?
I'm Van Goat. I'm doing great over high sky, sky of the universe.
Everybody's here tonight, man. It's awesome. We're having fun. Are you having fun tonight, Frankie?
It's alive. I'd like to introduce the bass guy.
Hello, sir.
I'm doing great over.
In Scotland, we call guys like that who are on a mission. He's a man away. He's a man away to see a dog. I'm a man about to see a dog.
I'm sure.
I'm about to go. Scottish are funny. I'm away to go see a man about a dog when you're busy, you know. That's Charlotte Street, brand new street. I wonder if they've had any blues festivals in Nova Scotia.
That means Luminaires. That's in the end of September every year.
Is that blues, Frankie?
Luminaires. That's the artwork and things like this in the art.
Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys. He's a good musician. He loves good blues music. They had a good
that means
slide
down
guitar
Charlotte
player
Street
in their
every year in the end of
series
September.
there.
They sets up Luminaires on Charlotte Street. All the artwork and art festival things like this and the art.
I should. Hey, maybe next week. I don't know if you'll be around, Van Goat, but I'm going to send Van Goat an invitation to the Zoom meeting, and maybe if Van Goat's around, he can come talk to us, Frankie.
Yes.
And if he's not, no pressure.
Yeah. And did you hear about just imagine the doctor picked up the guy throwing the garbage.
What about the truck that went down the street really fast?
What happens? The truck crashed in the building, and the ambulance go. They say, "Okay, doctor, this guy's all broken down. Put him in the garbage."
Hey, Frankie, we're doing blues and jokes and having fun. I forgot, like we're doing the weather. What's going on with tornado season? Everybody wants to know.
That means a lot. The tornadoes in central states. They had a big hailstorm in Austin, Texas. They had a big hailstorm in central state somewhere.
A big anal storm. Oh, hailstorm. A big hailstorm. How big were the size of the hail?
Baseball-sized hail in Austin, Texas, close to Trey Campbell. But Trey Campbell barely missed the large hail, but he had heavy rain.
Van says he needs to see a man about a horse. You could say that. Oh, I get dry mouth from everything. It's very humid here, Frankie. We've had very bad
Trey
weather
Campbell
this year.
barely missed the rain.
What's that, Frankie? You go on yourself.
Trey Campbell had heavy rain, but large hail barely missed Trey Campbell.
I get dry mouth from my back pain medication. I invited Sky, but I don't know if he's around, and I'm checking the computer over here because the mouse is going crazy. I'm not even using the old I'm using the old computer, Frankie, but I'm not really looking at it because it's far away from me and it causes problems all the time, and something about cats and dogs living together. And see, like every time I pick up a mouse, it hits something and then it takes me away from what I'm doing. So I can never like actually concentrate because every time I look at the screen, I'm trying to read the comments and I can't see anything because there's 8,000 buttons in front of me. But I'm going to go back into the chat now. That's what I was doing while I was talking. Frankie, what's the weather going to be like in Montreal this weekend?
In Montreal, Quebec, this weekend is supposed to be tropical storm heading towards Montreal, possible sometime in June.
A tropical storm,
In
so
Montreal.
we could get hurricanes and
It's going to
floods
be a
and
lot
stuff.
of rain in Montreal. It's going to be a lot of rain in Montreal this weekend. It's going to be cooler on Monday. It's going to get really hot on Wednesday in Montreal. It's going to bring thunder showers and things like this. And later on the week, but really humid in Montreal.
So Sky has saved up over 10 years. He's saved up and bought himself a drone. Should he take his drone out in the storm or not?
You can't take out drones in the storm because drones can get damaged.
Okay, well, you heard it here first. But if it's a nice day, maybe Pat can come over and he can show me how the drone works and we can make a video for you.
What's up, guys? Can you hear
Ladies
me?
and gentlemen, Sky of the Universe.
Thank
we
you.
have-
Hang on, I'll get it set up here.
This is amazing. We have two world famous YouTubers here with us. Frankie's got like 14 billion views per minute. And Sky, you just reached 10,000 subscribers like from Montreal.
That's right. So thanks for the support, guys. I really appreciate that. And we're biking right now, going for a bike ride here on a quiet bike path safely, so don't worry.
Pat, you're amazing. Pat said he was going to do something cool when he calls in. This is like the Dave Letterman show. We got Pat on a bicycle in Montreal City, driving live, and Frankie McDonald in Nova Scotia with people walking by, honking the horn and stuff at him because he's so famous. Frankie, Pat is on a bike. Do you have any advice for him biking at night?
Hey, Pat, you be extremely careful biking.
Exactly. Frankie, how you doing, buddy? Doing well, I hope.
I'm doing great so far. That means, Pat, you'll be ordering the handheld gaming emulator soon.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna get the emulator, so me and Jack play old video games on
Yeah.
chips. How's the weather tonight, Frankie? We almost had a thunderstorm tonight.
It's a little cool but mild. It was really warm out in Sydney, Nova Scotia yesterday on Thursday. And tomorrow's the last of the month. They'll be flipping the calendars to June on Sunday.
Yeah, that's right. June already, imagine. And we're supposed to get 32 degrees next week. High humidity.
Plus, there's a possible tropical storm could be aiming for Montreal.
Yeah, you sent that to us. So basically, you have to be careful, make sure the studio is sealed, watertight. I think it's good now. Jack showed me actually the other week. He did a little video of it, and the door looks pretty solid. So it'll be put to the test.
That's why last year, in 2024, a remnant of Tropical Storm Debbie struck Montreal, flooded the Bay Sky studio.
So I'm only going to cut. I'm going to leave the show to Frankie and Pat just for now, but I'll interrupt when there's a question. So we have Mr. Smith Glendale, who's been here before, saying, "Hey Frankie, good to hear from you on tonight. Was Popeyes worth the wait? What would you rate on a scale of 1 to 10, though?"
10 out of 10.
Da-da-da-da-da. 10 out of 10. Okay, continue, you guys. Sorry. Go.
That's great. I'm gonna have to try Popeyes. We don't have it here in Montreal yet, but maybe one day, Frankie, they'll come to Quebec, right?
That means that Popeyes could come to Quebec one day.
And if not, I'll have to go to Sydney, Nova Scotia, and try the Popeyes there.
I need you to hear about this. And they had large hail in Austin, Texas. Barely missed Trey Campbell.
Yeah, and I know John, our buddy John in Florida, he had a big storm too. He sent us a video of that. And there's wildfires happening, right, in Manitoba now?
Austin, Texas had large hail the other day, not where Trey Campbell lives.
Oh, so it missed Trey. Yeah, he's lucky.
Yeah.
And here in Canada, we have forest fires, right?
Forest fires going on in Manitoba right now. And that's a Dave Smiths from Winnipeg. They got smoke coming from central Manitoba.
Yeah, Manitoba has a lot of forest and trees, and it's very dry there and hot, so we have to be careful, right?
You have to be real careful because if a forest fire gets near there, evacuate immediately.
That's what you always tell people, always be prepared, right?
He has to be prepared. That means, Pat, one day you could get a emulator, handheld gaming emulator.
Yeah, you sent me some cool types there. I should.
That'll be a good thing. That could be a good thing for scientists down in Antarctica and research people.
Yeah, and they can use it with their colored lights, right? Their beautiful
Yes,
colored lights.
like the research people and scientists in Antarctic research stations.
Which kind do you suggest I get? Which one? Which emulator?
It's like the emulator. I sent you the links.
Any one of those, right?
Yeah.
So I'll choose one and I'll do a video on it when I buy it.
Yeah.
I'll do a video. Do you have one, Frankie?
I got two. I got two of them.
Wow, and they work very good.
Yes.
So this is so cool. You guys talking. I'm on the chat board talking to Van Goat. He says he's going to come down and visit. And you're biking around on a Bixie. Is it safe and comfortable, Pat? There's nothing to worry about?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna park it now because it was getting a bit too dark there. So I'm gonna park the bike here and sort of like docking a spaceship here. If you guys want to
That
see.
means the city
I'm
of
into
Montreal
ice
has all
docking.
those bikes and scooters now. The city owns them. It's not the people. It's the city.
Hey, it's going to be like, do you guys remember the Flintstones when Fred had a little space guy that would fly beside him, like Gizmo or something?
Oh yeah, the Jetsons, I think, right?
Yeah, and that was basically what Robin Williams was in that show, Mork and Mindy. But in the like, he had a little Jetson guy beside his head. You can do that with your drone while you're biking, Pat.
Yeah, you can get it to follow you. You can get it to go above you, beside you. And I was thinking, like you were saying, do a little shot of the Couche-Tard flying
So,
up to
yeah.
the Couche-Tard.
Sky, the story is in the early shows, 2014, 15, 16, there was a guy, Nick Drone Flyer. You probably know him or heard of him. Nick Drone Flyer. Anyways, he was an earlier droner from like 11 years
and the
ago.
next guy
Frankie,
had
just
just
Frankie, one second. And sorry, Frankie. And I had this dream of, I used to make intros for the show, and I made like 100 intros, and I always wanted a shot of like starting at the Couche-Tard and then rising above the Couche-Tard, and that would be the introduction of that's been a dream of mine for about 11 years. So no pressure, Pat, but
Let's make it happen. Maybe we can go together and you can direct it and help me produce it because you're good at that stuff. So
no,
let's do that.
God will direct it.
Exactly, right? That would be amazing. I love that idea. Let's do this.
No pressure, Pat. Frankie, what were you saying, buddy?
Just imagine that Antarctic scientists can have handheld gaming emulators, especially for scientists in remote areas in Antarctica when they're doing research work, especially on the research vessels, like when they're on the research special ships in Antarctica. The handheld gaming emulators would be a good thing for them to have.
Well, Pat and Frankie, talking about Antarctica and science and stuff, I just saw in a local newspaper here that the snowy owl is an endangered species now, according to some survey. And they're up in the Arctic, and they come down to here in the winter because it's a little bit less cold, and they're an endangered. I remember being a kid in St. Anne's, Pat, and I would see snowy owls like a couple of times a year.
Yeah, those are beautiful. They're the white owls. I think, yeah, they come once in a while, but I don't think they're as prominent anymore. They're not as popular. I guess yeah, like you said, they're an endangered species.
So maybe the researchers will use drones at some point, like Frankie's saying, to like research.
I'm talking about the Antarctic research stations. That means scientists will have to play handheld gaming emulators
To do research, right?
to play video games when they're not working.
Oh, okay, to play video games. Okay, I'm that's an actual joke, Frankie. That's awesome. Hey, have you seen the movie The Thing?
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, classic.
I have a cousin who never has spoken to me in my life, and he went to John Abbott Film School, and he's a famous producer guy, and he recreated the series The Thing.
Well, imagine that. So creativity runs in the genes, the blood.
Yeah, baby.
Man, and great blues playing there, Jack. The Glasgow Blues Fest, pretty famous, I think, right? Still even today.
I treat music like being an actor. I just kind of like, okay, this is Jazz Week and now it's Blues Week. But I think I really like blues and miss it, and I've always wanted to learn to play guitar. So I'm just having fun. I'm not like, hey, look at this. I like to have fun. I like to play Jimi Hendrix and stuff. So.
And that hat you have, I think it's the same hat from way back, right? Or similar style.
Yeah, a long time. I've had this hat for like 12 years or something. So I thought
It suits you great.
Thank you, Pat. I'm going through my blues stage now. And this T-shirt is from Lynn, who is a huge fan and supporter of the show. She really went above and beyond. And this shirt says home. You can't see it. But
I see it.
It says home, and it says Texas. It's a green light, but yeah, it says home in Texas on it.
So it's a Texas blues theme night tonight. I think that's where blues originated from, the South, right? Sort of like jazz. I think they're connected in a certain way too.
Yeah, Mississippi down in the deep South, New Orleans was jazz, and blues came from the South during the whole time of slavery, basically. People use people who are, I speak freely now. I'm not afraid of anything. People who were slaves, they used music as their currency, and they used music to get through they use music to survive. That's what I'm doing right now. I'd be dead right now if it wasn't for music, and that's no joke.
Yeah, music's a lifesaver. It's powerful.
And
just like Frankie
that's
Black.
what it is. Like music, like I'm just having fun, and I'm a fan. I consider myself a fan. I'm in kindergarten still. If you go watch, there's millions of people, but I'm just saying to the public, go watch some Stevie Ray Vaughan. It's the definition of soul and feeling and beauty and everything that good in the world,
Yeah, there's so much out there, and it's only the tip of the iceberg we hear about, right, on the radio and the TV, and there's so many undiscovered gems out there.
Oh, people, we don't even understand what's going on. There's just music, but photography and art and there's other fields and venues, geology, history, whatever. But we're living in an age of entitlement now where people are just consuming and they're not aware and they're not I'm not mean everybody, but a lot of people, man. Music used to be a thing that people supported and musicians got paid and people had work and life. Now it's just like whoosh, nothing.
Yeah, exactly. At least we have me, you, Frankie, and Jeeve and Van Gogh. And
Talking about Stevie Ray Vaughan, blues was already unpopular because all the hip hop and like 80s Cyndi Lauper and Madonna came out. Stevie Ray Vaughan single-handedly repopularized blues by stealing it from the original artists.
There you go. Eh?
Frankie, what do you know about guitar? Do you know Jimi Hendrix, Frankie?
He's a guy from Led Zeppelin.
Jimi Hendrix of Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin was a good band, eh, Frankie?
That means Monica's doing great over. Here's me laughing.
Yeah, great song. When the Levee Broke.
Frankie's a genius, Pat.
He is. He's a great guy, eh?
I'm going to rest my back. I'm actually like people maybe think it's a gimmick, but I'm fucking in pain. I got to lie down.
Yeah, take a break, Jack. Lay down and take it easy. How many people are out tonight, Frankie? A lot of people walking around enjoying the nice weather.
They're doing great so far. That means the cities own the scooter. The people don't own the scooter. The city does.
Oh yeah, you can rent scooters there, right? You can rent scooters and go for a ride and then bring it back, right?
They return it. That means it's only a temporary period. People have to pay for limited time scooters.
That's what I do with the bike I was just on. It's a Bixie bike, so you use it for 45 minutes, and you have to bring it back to the dock. Sort of like going back, docking a spaceship. You have to put it into the dock, and the light comes on, and it goes beep beep beep.
That means that costs money.
Yeah, exactly. I got a yearly membership for $100, and it's unlimited rides for 45 minutes. But there's scooters. We used to have scooters here too.
45 minutes maximum.
Exactly. I don't know for the scooters, how many minutes do you get? Do you know?
That means the maximum is 45 minutes.
Same as the bicycles. Well, check this out. We got a Couche-Tard here, boys. Another Couche-Tard, the famous
Couche-Tard.
There it is. The famous owl. This is my local Couche-Tard, one of my local Couche-Tards.
It's just so beautiful.
Isn't it? There it is, the famous owl. And I think it's, Sam's Convenience Store everywhere else. And apparently it'll be 7-Eleven soon. They might try to take 7-Eleven over again. I hear some beautiful music.
Sorry, that's Larry. Larry, shut up. We're on a phone. Sorry, one second. Larry! Sorry, that's Larry, the producer.
It's beautiful. It's music to our ears, literally.
Frankie, have you been to the Circle K lately?
I was at the Circle K. They're doing great so far.
Anything you want to say to Monica?
Hi, Monica. I'm doing great so far. Cheers me laughing, Monica.
That's awesome, Frankie. I love all your different skits and things that you do. Pat, did you ever do any stuff like that when you were in high school or elementary, like acting and art?
I was in-
Not really. Well, did a little bit of art, but yeah, I was known as the class clown. So some people got annoyed and other people liked it. So same as today. Some people can't stand it and other people love it. So you can't win it all.
Well, I always say if you take life too seriously, you'll never get out alive.
Exactly, right? I love that saying. It's true, though. And Frankie, what's the meaning of life?
Life means when someone's born, and that means then you live. When some people live, everybody's different.
Exactly. Beautiful, eh, Pat? Amazing.
Exactly. That sums it up perfectly. And you got to be happy as much as possible, even if it's hard, right? And you got to laugh all the time.
There's
Any
people
other
driving
good jokes?
scooters in Sydney.
Yeah, I see them. I see scooters. There's one, another one. There's all kinds of them going by. And here's a city bus here going by, the 107. There you go. Yeah, man. And Jack has the 212 bus. Well, here, Frankie, I don't know if you can see, but we have our own chicken place here. It's called Au Coq. I'll get a better view here. It's like the French chicken place. Au Coq, A-U-C-O-K. So you guys have Popeyes.
Are you like I always say that like for people from outside like Europe or America, like the French names are so hilarious. Are you telling me the place is actually called Au Coq?
Yeah, there you can see it right here. I'll try to get the flash on. I don't know if I can.
Am I not?
Can you guys see that?
Is there jokes about it, or is everyone unconscious about it? Like,
Yeah, I guess it's an unconscious thing, right? There it is. Au Coq.
hey, mom, yes, Susie, can we go to Au Coq?
And there's another place. No joke. I'll
What's
show
your
you.
favorite thing to eat, Billy? Au Coq. I mean, I'll just stop because I'm just like that's too much. It's like silver platter. Anyway.
Oh, it gets even better. There's even a place called Jack's Cock that just opened up here in Verdun. I'm serious.
Are you serious? Yeah.
Yes. I'll send it to you later.
Can you film from there one day?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right after. Yeah, Jack's Cock it's called.
So cock means chicken, and O means like the, right? Like
I guess so. Yeah,
of,
the chicken. Yeah.
The chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a great song by Pee Wee Ellis, or Jacko repopularized it. So, and then we have, you know how people have ad mail, like advertising? Here it's called Publisac.
Yeah, they got rid of some of that, The public. Remember, it used to be a thick bag. Yeah.
And what's the political party here called? It's called Party CAC.
Yeah, the CAQ. Yeah.
There's a whole skit I've been working on in my head, but I don't want to like start a war and be a target. But I guess I just did.
It's satire, right? They do it all the time in the newspapers, right? They advertise the cartoons, the caricatures. Think Aislinn from the Gazette.
There's nothing like after work or school going to Au Coq with your friends.
Exactly.
Hey, but let's go to Jack's Cock.
Yeah, and it just opened up recently, and it's actually pretty good. I tried it.
And if anyone's okay, you tried Jack's Cock, yeah?
I have. It's crispy, juicy, and really spicy. Yeah.
Would you guys go to Jack's Cock, or? By the way, if anyone's watching this, YouTube or the Fun Police, Jack's Cock is a restaurant in Montreal because we use a different language. The French people have a different word for everything.
That's right. Cock means chicken. Like cock-a-doodle-doo, but that's a rooster. But
hey, maybe our words are funny to them, right? And like you said, it's
Yeah, and sometimes they mix English and French, and it's called franglais, I think.
So cock means chicken in French, basically, and that's
Yeah, exactly. So
where
if you ever
everyone's
see
above board.
cock, you know it means chicken. So
Which is in English. We just don't use it anymore because it's been ruined. So,
yeah, exactly.
Frankie, how's Popeye's Chicken doing? We're talking about chicken restaurants.
Popeye's Chicken's doing great. They're getting a lot of customers in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Popeye's Chicken so far.
What was the first meal that you had when you sent us the video?
4-piece snack.
I have many bumblebees, Frankie, eating my flowers and weeds. They are happy this year and big.
Yes, they're happy. The bees are happy.
Isn't it nice when you're in the garden, Pat?
Yeah.
And there's like birds and bees and insects and the sun and someone smiles. Isn't life amazing?
Oh yeah, and I saw your garden. You sent us pictures, me and John. Beautiful. Can't wait to see it in person. And the bees should be coming out soon.
A garden is a friend you can visit anytime.
That's right. You got Cleo the rabbit. You got the raccoons, the skunks.
That's
Soon
my
to-
life right now, Pat. Is just one or two people like you and Frankie and BB and the gardens and feeding the birds and music. It's perfect. It's simple.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's a balance, right? Not too much, not too little.
And I go to the inconvenience store. It's only 20 miles away by train.
I wonder if they'll ever open up a food store in St. Anne's again. I'm wondering.
There's a comic. Do you know Gary Larson from the Fireside? The comics, Fireside.
Oh yes, I remember those. Yeah, back in the Sunday comics, right?
One was a guy in a store, and it was called the Inconvenience Store. And the shelf, it was one shelf, and it was like 20 feet up on the wall.
So instead of 20 feet in the air, it's 20 miles away.
20
So
miles.
same concept.
Yeah, exactly. Frankie, are you having fun still?
Yes, I'm having fun still. Things are great so far.
Can you see Pat on his bicycle?
Yes, I see Pat on a bicycle.
Yeah, now I'm walking.
I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. She said black. She said blue.
Yeah. When a guy was driving the scooter in the city, what happens? The scooter crash. What does that mean?
What does it mean, Frankie? What?
The guy goes to the hospital, say, "Okay, doctor, this guy's all broken up. Put him in the garbage."
And the police come. Are you the doctor? Did you
Yes.
throw the doctor? Did you throw the guy in the garbage?
Yes, I was just so busy.
Put your hands behind your back. You're coming with me. And I apologize to the viewers and stuff tonight. I'm supposed to be doing a blues show, so I'm supposed to be cool and not smile and stuff. So I apologize.
Here's
Frank.
the dumpster, guys. Here's a live view of the dumpster he threw the guy into. Right here.
There's the dumpster, man. If people want to know what I'm talking about, go onto YouTube and put Bass Guy Show, and then put him in the garbage. Put him in the garbage, Bass Guy Show, and you'll see all of Frankie's jokes. It'll make sense. We asked people for 2 years, Frankie. We asked people to find clips in movies where people get thrown in the garbage, and we managed to get about 7 clips. The most famous one is
"Throw him in the garbage." I'm just so busy.
the most famous one is what Frankie sent me, the never-ending story. The kids throw the guy in the garbage.
Yeah, I saw that one. That's the main clip. Yeah, that's the one that stuck. Eh?
This is official. I got something to tell you, Frankie. We have 7 minutes left. We've been
All
warned
right.
by Zoom.
Lucky 7. Okay. So yeah, Frankie, it's funny. Your jokes there, even though they go on and on, it seems funnier each time. So keep it up. I love the jokes, guys.
Well, that's what music is. You play the same songs,
Yeah.
but a different way every time.
That's right, improvising, I think, right? So, and I think blues is sort of more like depressing, and jazz is more upbeat, if I'm correct.
I guess you could say that. Blues is the soul. It's pure. All of music really is pure feeling and emotion.
Yeah.
My first YouTube channel, Pat, is called Improvise on Punches. When I was
Really,
a
eh?
kid with my friends in circus, we were drinking and having fun. And I thought improvise on punches. It sounds like one word, improvise on punches.
It does if you say it that way.
And
then it
it's
was the
not,
jazz.
it's not a violent thing. In jazz, punches, or in music, punches is when you hit the cymbals or the horns together. Like, bam, that's a punch.
Yeah, different terminology.
So punches are things that are organized because you all have to know when the punch comes. Like 1, 2, 3, bam. So the joke was that you're improvising on punches. So you're improvising the organization of music.
Sort of like the punchline of a joke, but music.
This is awesome. I'm loving watching
Yeah.
the bike ride, Pat. Thank you very much, you guys.
I'm actually on foot now, so I'm safe.
So the Bixie, oh, you parked the Bixie. It's 45 minutes, kind of like Zoom, right?
Yeah, exactly. I parked it about 10 minutes ago, so.
I saw a good show on that we're living in a world now where you're owning less and less stuff and you're renting it. So you're paying for it and then renting it and then insurancing it. And then at the end of the day, you don't even have it.
Yeah, it's a very interesting concept, isn't it? It's like recycling, but in a bigger way.
So they make it look like it's great for you, but they're actually like making more money from us.
Yeah, there's a big crisis here with the rent increases and affordability. So yeah, it's
But
pretty
the cool
serious.
thing too is it's like a library. And you went to a library once in Montreal, where they rent out guitars and pianos and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. The big library, and there's a couple more that do it now, like the smaller libraries. You can rent an instrument or, a camera, a telescope.
Okay, so Frankie, we have about 2 minutes left. I'm
Yeah,
gonna let
remember that in the old days, video stores used to be a thing in the past. People used to go to video stores to rent movies.
even before Blockbusters, there was just mom and pop restaurants.
Yes. People
So-
used to go to Blockbuster Video to rent movies and video games.
So Frankie, I'll let you do your outro now because we only have 1 minute each. So I'll give you like a minute, and then Frank, and then
And that-
Pat a minute.
Best of luck to you. I'm Frank Del. You're listening to the Bass Guy Show every Friday night.
Thank you, Frankie McDonald's. Thank you.
Take care,
Stay on the line. Stay on the line, Pat. There's Frankie. I'm just joking. I won't tell people what to do. But there's Frankie. Kind of leaves straight away. Pat, you have like a minute, so we'll leave it up to you.
All right, guys. So thank you for having me, Jack, as always, and keep up the great work, buddy. And have a great week, everybody. See you all next week. Yeah, man.
Thanks, guys. Love you all.
Take care, guys. Yeah, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sky of the Universe and Frankie McDonald.
I'm gonna be the one that's gonna die when it's time for me to die. So let me live my life the way I want to. Yeah, man. Yeah.
So never just call me helium, the lightest known gas, the man. But then again,
So where are your inspirations for songs coming at the present time, and where are you turning to for your directions? As a writer?
my recent experiences, what I try to do is like look at the totality of that and give them the other half. You know, first of all you have the one half and the second half, the solution. Favorite star in Austin's music and the audio. I mean, the visual sequence. And plus on stage, it's with this new band. I mean, with this new thing. You would have to, you know, there's some practical musicians. Oh, I see what you mean. Well, I don't plan to make it that stiff. I plan with if I had the proper timing. Just like what every step is, the mixture of the past and the future, like I know. Well, that's the way all music is anyway. But I mean technically, but you know what I mean. I don't plan to go out there with a 90-piece orchestra and play 2.5 hours of classical music. I don't plan that at all. I'm planning to get too heavy. Just call me helium, the lightest known gas, the man. But then again.
So where are your inspirations for songs coming at the present time, and where are you turning to for your directions as a writer?
From my recent experiences, what I try to do is like look at the totality of that and give them the other half. You know, first of all you have the one half, and then the second half, the solution, or whatever it might be. Which is the second. First of all, you have the experience, and then you have the use of it all, you know. And like, I was just trying to go through a lot of changes, and I could write the nice parts about it, you know. But right now, it's taking a while. I had this one was saying, when things get too heavy, just call me Julia, the rising.